Here we go. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Zagger Test Extreme. It is I, your friend, the one, the only, Zaggard, and I hope you're all having a wonderful morning, noon, night, evening, whatever time it is for you today. Welcome back to the Dragon's Den, my friends, and it is another beautiful, wonderful Fainting Fridays here in the Dragon's Den. It's good to see each and every one of you. How are you all doing? Ignore all these messages I have in the chat here. I was testing some stuff out. Please ignore them. It'll help with my sanity. So, can you guys hear the music? The music? Apparently not. Let me fix that. I see why. There we go. Can you hear it now? We gooch now? Let me know how it sounds. Thank you for the pogs. So I have a few things, some minor, some major, some minor. The first one is, this one's a medium one. So if you've noticed during the break, I've not been playing the Stream Beats music like I normally do. And if you notice right now, I am playing it. So there are a couple reasons for that. Reason number one, it's been getting copyright claimed. Don't know why. Not sure why it's getting copyright claimed. Here's Heller promised us that wouldn't happen, but now it is happening. So I'm gonna message about that later, maybe. And so I was playing a song that I own during the break. It's kind of a sleepier song. I might get some other music, but that costs money, so we'll have to look into that in the future. Until then, this is what we're dealing with. We're just hoping that this doesn't take the video down and that we can still play this music in the background as just like some chill lo-fi background beats and it doesn't get claimed. Thing number two, I got milk tea today and I got a regular size, okay? So regular usually means like 24 ounces, which is still a lot, but I'm gonna treat myself. I did a lot of a lot of stuff this week. I want to treat myself. This place, the regular, is definitely not 24 ounces. This is the regular. I didn't realize that. I should have checked the size, but I assumed it would be, you know, the regular size. This is like 32 ounces or more. Which is way too much. But I'll drink what I drink. Let me see if this one tastes a little weird. Is it yeah, whatever. Yep. It doesn't say extra large on the sticker here. So those are the two minor things. By the way, my snacks came in. I try not to eat on stream, but my snacks came in right, literally 1 minute before stream was, the stream countdown was ending. I just splashed some of that hot moisture in my face. Oh, this is good popcorn chicken. Oh no! My first crumb I got on my. So how's everyone doing in chat? How's everyone doing? I hope you're all doing well. I just realized I don't have a button for what we were gonna do today, but that's okay. I can just click it. It'll be fine. And so today, if you notice, the stream title is Dungeons and Dragons. Maybe I should put it as just chatting, because we're not technically going to be playing Dungeons and Dragons. What we're doing is we are building our D&D world live on stream with chat. Hello, Toko. Oh, this is some good popcorn chicken. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna have a timer for 1 hour, a 1 hour timer. Whatever we get done, whatever we have built, that is what we have built. That's what we've made. That's what we've worked on. So if we only get like a town done, an NPC, who knows? That's where we're gonna end. And we're also gonna use a resource that I've used a couple of times, which I find really fun to use. It's a resource from a Kickstarter. They also have they, I think it's just one guy, he has a website for it. It is called the Story Engine. Let me get it here. I picked up an extra thing by accident, so trying to close it. I'll do that later. Can't you see how organized I am, chat? I was so prepared. So it's called the Story Engine. We'll do this side because then you can see it. It is a thing you can get online. Just look up the Story Engine website. So there's the basic Story Engine, which is just for different helping create stories, idea prompts, things like that. And then what we're going to be using today is called Deck of Worlds. There's a full box, but I don't want to rummage through that right now. Deck of Worlds, and if you can't tell, it's the Story Engine, but it's for... Ow, what the thing is poking me? Oh, a stapler of a thing. And I have my tissues, I just remembered. Gotta remember. In case my nose gets all floofy so I can stop touching it. Gotta get my tissues. How's my week been? My week has been a week. It's been pretty good, actually. I'm happy with what we're doing right now. I am excited for this. I'm also very nervous, so just remember that. So we're gonna be working on a world. There is one thing I want to show you guys before we start. However, it is gonna... So if you see, I'm in the online Microsoft Excel page. Just doing that so you can see us. But if you notice here, where my hand is, ooh, this is where I was gonna have us do the Story Engine decks. There you go. That's a better image of it. Deck of Worlds. I'll just put this over here. But there's something else I want to show you guys. I'm just showing this off. I'm just going to say this now as a disclaimer. I am not selling what I'm about to show you. It's not something I sell. I made a custom thing of this, and I bought it on a website that will make custom stuff for you. I have my own custom mouse pad. Look at this. I got the BRB screen made as a mouse pad, and just to prove it is a mouse pad. And I've been really trying to take care of it. Like I've only had it for like a week or two. I love it so much. Yeah, I took the BRB screen and then I added my logo over here. If you see it. There you go. So yeah, that's what we're going to be working on here. Maybe I'll put my keyboard. How am I gonna? I guess I'll just. Good thing I have a wireless, so I can move this around super easily. We'll just put it down over here for now. While I set up the deck of worlds to show it off to you guys. Pancham escape. No one was able to catch the panda. Okay. I love my Howdy, but it has one negative flaw. Because the sleeves are so far back and they're so open, it gets caught on my chair super easily. That's the only thing I don't like about Howdies. Everything else, great. So chat, here is the deck of worlds and all of the expansions, because I'm obsessive like that. I feel like there's one missing, or maybe two missing. Here's the other one. No, here's another one. Wait. That's right. It comes in sets of 9. He makes sets of 3 for Deck of Worlds. So these ones are special. So I like to keep the. Let's see. There's that one. That one. So there's the base. This week there's been a leak that the next Kamen Rider is going to be called Human Rider Gave. Cool. Sounds good. It's just a leak so far. Who knows what if it's actually going to be called. It's actually going to be called Kamen Rider Gavin. And it's just going to be about a guy named Gavin who likes taking pictures of Kamen Riders. It's going to be the whole show. Holy jeez, my internet is actually just unusual. So I'll be here, mostly in spirit, but probably not too much chatting today. No, Yuki, just get the hamster and connect it directly to your Ethernet. Like, just shove it right up its stomach. And then just feed it a bunch of food. Because that way its energy will go into the Ethernet cord. That's how that works, right? You're a scientist. That's uncanny. My real name is Gavin. Gavin? Why didn't I think of that? I know, Yuki. You're supposed to be a scientist. So normally I would be complaining already how hot it is in here. But my new fan that I love is... I pointed it right at me. So I just have this nice breeze hitting me. It's super chill. I'm gonna... Don't mind me just eating a snacky. Okay, 2 snackies. That's a hair. I always get hairs when I eat food. Don't be silly. We all know your real name is Toko. True. Okay. So there's the base set for Deck of Worlds. And then there's Frosts, Sands, Tidings, Blight and Shadow. So that means, so this one is obviously like your frozen areas, like your Freljord or the north in what's a flapjack it's called? My brain is blanking. Just like a snow area. Game of Thrones, the north in Game of Thrones. So that's what this would be. you add it on top of this for like certain regional areas and things like that. Sands and Story, obviously any sort of desert location. So your Shurima, your I'm trying to think of a sand, a Gerudo Valley, things like that. Tide and Tidings, your ocean location, so any port town like Bilgewater. Oh, what's the famous one in D&D? The one that everybody goes to. I'm blanking. And then Blight and Shadow. I think Blight and Shadow is actually a different. I think it's part of these. Yeah, it's part of this expansion. So Blight and Shadow is like evil monsters and stuff. Myth and Magic is like special magic stuff. And Chrome and Starlight is your sci-fi. So horror theme. This is your horror theme deck. Your fantasy. And your sci-fi. We're not going to use these three probably. Because we're going to try and leave it as blank as possible. Not as vague. So people can just use it however they wish. And then quests and Fool's Errands, Hearths and Common Creeds, and Fresh Ink and Ancient Song. These ones are more your add-ons for after. So we'll use these as extras if chat wants to use them. We're gonna put them to the side. I want to put them somewhere where you can see them. Maybe over here. No, it's gonna be in the way. We'll put them off to the side. Just remember them. So what we up to? Once we start, we haven't started yet, so I'm just doing some basic setup stuff. By the way, much like my my special mouse pad, this is not sponsored. This is just stuff I own that I'm just gonna share with you guys. Okay, none of the stuff I use today is sponsored. I would love to be sponsored by this guy. He makes some good products that I really like. Let's get into the main box. I'm scared where I want to put this stuff because I don't want my food to get on it. Again, you guys can't see it. My Haori is caught again. We wouldn't complain if there was a sponsor. I know, I legally have to say that though. Because if I was sponsored, or if I'm like trying to, I'm just, I'm worried that there might be some legal casing where it's like, you didn't say you were sponsored or weren't sponsored, so now we're gonna make you pay 1 bajillion toenails to the Toenail Society. All right, I like how this box opens. So here's our little instruction manual. I will probably open it and show you what it does. Oh look, it comes with candy. Candy. Now, if you don't know what this is to keep the inside dry. To keep moisture from getting in. Are toenails a hot commodity in SF? No, not. This is where we grow them, so they're not a hot commodity here. We sell them to other places. To places where people don't have toenails, like I don't know, Pittsburgh. That makes perfect sense. See? All right. So as you see, each of the cards has a different name type. So there's region, landmark, namesake, origin, attribute, and advent. Pittsburgh does have the toenailless penguins. Exactly. And so usually what you want to do, so what we can do is we could create a micro setting. We can make one setting, or we can make a whole world map by doing a bunch of micro settings and saying like, oh, here's how they're connected. So let's do a micro setting first. So micro setting goes in order. First, we'll draw a landmark. Now, normally I would randomize this when I'm doing it myself. Hello, start with micro setting and expand out. Let's do that. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Hello, Veloxion. Velixion. Velixion. I like that name. Or is it Velizion? Do you do the ZX sounds like Z, like Kingdom Hearts? What brings you to the Dragon's Den? If you are here to help us create this world. That's a lot of fun. Maybe I should make the... Let's make this big ore. You guys can really see it. There we go. Bugs me that this is not... There we go. So let's just start with a micro setting, and we'll just take all these out of the books. I'm very careful about my cards. I don't like when things get ruined, as most people know. It's like Kingdom Hearts, but I always heard of it as more of a sh sound. The X is a sh sound? That sounds closer to Chinese, not Kingdom Hearts. Although, no, even in Chinese, it's a zh sound. I know from watching 2 whole Chinese anime. Actually, correction. I think it was like 1.5. Right. I think I had it like this. There we go. I love that you guys finally get to see my mouse pad. I really love my mouse pad. I like having something with my name on it. You know, closer. I'm very literal sometimes, so sometimes closer means the same as in my head. Valley Xion. Oh, so like what's it called? Exactly like Kingdom Hearts, because there's a character Xion, although it's spelled with an I instead of an E. Another thing I did this week is I got an AO3 account and have been writing down stuff. What's AO3? And congratulations on writing stuff down. That's always important. Getting even a minor crease sucks. I've heard the X as a she, in some Spanish dialects. Okay. It does actually look nice. Are you a Kingdom Hearts fan? I had a phase. Only a phase? Okay, first of all, there's nothing wrong with being a Kingdom Hearts fan. I love Kingdom Hearts. I like the earlier games. 3 did not do it for me. I feel like anybody who played Kingdom Hearts and was waiting for 3 was disappointed. And anybody who played the games right after or right around when 3 came out is just like, oh, it's fine. Good for you, Toko, for finally joining a fanfiction site and writing your stuff down to save it, share it, delete it. Good for you. Whatever you want to do with that, I'm glad. 1, 2, and days were good. Recoded was Recoded is, we don't talk about Recoded. Because like the gameplay is fine. It's fun enough. But it's a retread of the entire story. It's so, for like the 3rd time, and it's so stupid. Nothing wrong, but I heavily judge you for it because I'm an exceptionally judgmental and mean person. Oh, true. Yuki's always judging people. What was wrong with Recoded? It's literally the same story as 1 and Chain of Memories. Again. Like, it adds nothing to the story. Let's go. Big step. The retread and changing genre every boss fight. Oh, yeah, that is a thing a lot of people didn't like. Like, at least with Chain of Memories, there was another story going on with, like, the learning about the organization. Looking for Riku and the king, and then Riku having his whole own first story in Rechain where he's learning to fight with the darkness. It's supposed to be a fun what if rewrite. If you were around during those era where we were waiting for new news about like what's going to happen in the next game, you'd probably understand better, because it was like we hadn't had a game in like a few years, and then that game came out and it did nothing to add to the story, because one of the things that Kingdom Hearts fans love is the story. Also didn't recode it, set up that Book of Prophecies. I don't remember any of that. Book of Prophecies. If it did, the Book of Prophecies like has nothing to do with the rest of the series that I can remember. Like, I'm not even remembering the Book of Prophecies, and I've watched a lot of Kingdom Hearts lore. All right, anyways, so let's make this micro setting. Let's stop talking. Not stop talking, but I'm gonna move on, because otherwise I'm gonna be here forever. So first, let's get a region card. Okay, so because we're doing this with chat, we're gonna make the first one. I'm gonna pick the first one, right? Normally I would just leave it, but I want to do a city. Let's do a city, right? Somewhere for our people, our players to start. So city. The book thing Shion got out of Zigbar got. No, I think that was started in Unchained Key. Maybe it wasn't recoded, but it hasn't been important yet. Maybe. But even if it was, again, even if it was set up and recoded, in the Xehanort Saga, which is Kingdom Hearts 1 to Kingdom Hearts 3, the Book of Prophecies has had like no impact on the story. And even if it was to set that up, I don't want to have to retread the story I've already seen twice to learn about that. Woof. Alpha! Thank you for subscribing for 25 months in a row. That means a lot, friend. Oh, the alerts is turned off here. There we go. Let's turn those back on.
Dragon Lord application
there we go.
reapplied.
All right, we're gonna shuffle the deck. I'm gonna wait till chat tells me to stop. Let's go Alpha. Although, what's with the woof? Because he's a dire wolf. He's woofing. He's woofing some copium, chat. All right, tell me when to stop. I just realized I was shuffling off screen. That's right. I do the Yu-Gi-Oh shuffle with these cards because I want them to be safe. And you know I'm not cheating because there's no point. I'm waiting for chat to tell me when to stop. Is that enough shuffling, chat? I mean, I mainly enjoyed it because of the Datasaur and Riku relationship interactions. Uh-huh. I mean, from what I remember, it was the same interactions. It's just them being good friends. I think okay. Let's take a card. Now, let's pick C or statue. I need a place to put the decks when we're done with them. I just realized Xehanort feels like an Aizen from Bleach all over again. Kind of could be influenced. Could be an influence. Okay, so do we want to go with C or statue? Now, I personally would want to go with C, but we can pick either one. So I'm going to let chat pick. 1 for C, 2 for statue. While that's going on, I'm going to start shuffling the next deck. This would be a great stream to really reap the benefits of Twitch polls, but I can't do it on mobile. I get 1 vote for 2. I'll wait until I decide to stop shuffling, or... And my hand is... That's 2 votes for 2. So it looks like we're going with statue. You guys just don't want to do what I want to do. You jerks. Now we'll do a namesake card. I think namesake next. It's been a hot minute since I've done this. I'm just forcing myself to do this for like 1 hour. By the way, we forgot to do... Yuki, can you do exclamation point timer start 1:00? Unless you're busy. This was a landmark, right? Yep. And then next is... We're rebelling against our draconic overlord. Okay, listen here, you guys. Okay, next we'll, I think that started the timer. I'm just gonna assume it did. If it didn't, well, fuck you too, Twitch. Well, it's not Twitch, it's the... whatever. My plan was for you to stop my plan. You stopping my fake plan allows me to return when my real plan fails. Then I can commence my real plan. Naruto Riku wasn't immediately evil. It was constantly helping and working with Data Sora. I don't remember. I might not have timer on the screen. Here, we'll check the other screens where it is. Yeah. Okay, good. So that does work. All right, now do timer start 1:00:00.
Here we
Or do
go.
60:00. We're doing an hour basically. All right, next one. What kind of name? Lonely, of judges, of outcasts, that isn't there. Let's see. 1, 2. Oops. 1, lonely. 2. I hate how it... Of judges. 3, of outcasts. 4, that isn't there. So we got 1 for that isn't there. Okay. One for that. Did I tell you an idea I've had? What kind of idea? So we got 1 for 4, 2 for 3. Looks like we're going for 3. Okay, so we've got a city, statue, and the name we picked is of outcasts. Great minds think alike, Alpha. Thank you for setting the timer, by the way, Yuki. This will keep me on track. All right, I'm gonna do one more shuffle. Hear me out. Town keeps forgetting people that disappear. Play up the whole false hydra thing. There's no false hydra. Water supply polluted by amnestics. Interesting. I like the idea. However, we have to go with the majority rule here. The mob always wins in the Dragon's Den. All right, now origin card. So let's see. Number 1 will be traded by warring nations. Number 2, founded on joke or dare. Site of a famous protest for 3. And finally, former grasslands for 4. While we're doing that, we're gonna put that away and start shuffling. I don't get the hype for Birth by Sleep. It's Birth by Sleep, I think, is the best one. One, it has some of the most unique gameplay in the series, or not. I shouldn't say some of the most unique gameplay because that's Chain of Memories, obviously. it has some really cool combos you can build up for your character. Second, everybody likes the 3 stories of Terra, Ventus, and Aqua. They like their character progression. Third, it is the origin story for the entire series of why everything is happening. You didn't like the gameplay? I mean, the gameplay is very similar to regular Kingdom Hearts. So I don't really understand. I mean, maybe it just felt clunkier to you. But overall, it's just like, it's very similar to Kingdom Hearts 2. I don't like Terra or Ventus. I mean, if you didn't like the character, 2/3 of the characters, it makes sense. Let's see, what if coffee shop named the magic bean, but the twist is every cup casts a different random effect on the drinker. That sounds like a fun social encounter, or a really interesting start of a combat encounter. I feel like you could go really far in either way with it. I like 2 the most. Most people like 2 the most because it was the culmination of 1 and Chain of Memories. It had the most change in gameplay to where it became even more of an action RPG. It has some of the best combos you can do in the series that I know of. I haven't really looked into 3 stuff because I wasn't a huge fan. You could also end the story at 2. You can literally end the story at 2 and be done with Kingdom Hearts. It just ends with everybody's happily ever after. If it were a real cafe, I'd 100% go along there as long as the effects aren't debilitating. Or well, do you mean permanently debilitating or temporarily debilitating? So we got 1 for 4. What did we say 4 was? I think we said 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 is former grasslands. I second the magic bean. 1 of the cups of coffee transforms the drinker into a cup of coffee that, if drunk, transforms the drinker into... Okay, listen here, you. If that were a real cafe, I'd 100% go there as long as the effects aren't... Yeah, but what are the random chances? Because it's like, you say it's 100% random what could happen to you. But how random are we talking? Is there only so many things that could happen? Is it like there are 8 things that could happen to you and it's random which one you'll get? Or is it anything could happen? Like you could become a walking pillow in the shape of a penis filled with a bunch of pennies inside you. Like that's pretty random. I was not talking about Kingdom Hearts. Oh, you like 2 on here. Got it. So you like found it on a joke or dare. I had a feeling you would say that. I love Aqua and Vanitas, but the only cool thing I liked about Terra was Lingering Will, and Ventus was so annoying. I didn't find him annoying. I understood Ventus. I mean, he doesn't remember anything. He just wants to help his friends. I get Ventus. Most people like 2 the most. Wait, Kingdom Hearts is just Assassin's Creed in Dead Space. Most people, the more you look at great series, generally the second one in a great series is the best. Like The Godfather, people loved 1. They said 2 was better. 3, terrible. Star Wars, the original trilogy, A New Hope is great. A lot of people say Empire Strikes Back is the best one, and Return of the Jedi is fun. Permanently, I suppose, like they dissipate relatively quickly. Got it. Those words like that. DM's choice. Kingdom Hearts is the opposite of Dark Souls. Kinda, yeah. I like Ventus' lore, but him as a person, no. Well, yeah, he's not a good... He's literally the evil half of Vanitas, so of course he's not a good... You're not supposed to like him. He is literally evil incarnate. If you can think of 20 random effects and I'd assign them a number and have players roll, I can easily think of 20 effects. What kind of effects are we talking about? We're talking about like debilitating effects, funny effects. Anyway, so let's see. We got random. Okay, you know what this calls for? Since it's Dungeons and Dragons, it calls for a roll of a d4. All right, what did we say was 1 again? 1, and then it goes this way. All right, chat. That is a 3. So 1, 2, 3. The answer is site of a famous protest. Wow, that is weirdly relevant to okay, so we're gonna tuck that under here. All right, we're 4/6 of the way done. We need a D20 for hours, a D24. I mean, you could always just do a D20 and a D4. Again, the stream is topical today. Again, the D20 could be funny, could be debilitating, could be beneficial. Okay. Remind me this in chat, and I'll write some stuff down, but I'll just start listing things off. Gives you 1d20 temp HP for 12 hours. Is one of the possibilities. The 20, the 1 is reduces max HP by 1d20 for 12 hours. Like really beneficial, then really, really terrible. That's just like 2 right off the top of my head. All right, so the next one is our attribute card. Pacifistic. Used as a sanctuary. Surrounded in myth. No written language. The no written language one is a weird one. It's going to be hard to do. So remember, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm just going to leave that with the 1 there. We got 1 for 3. And he's one of my characters besides Riku and Xehanort. I really liked the idea of Vanitas. And he was kind of entertaining. I just like Sora. I like Sora a lot. Also Aqua. I hope the effect is just the coffee tastes really damn good. Fun one could be turning a player into a kobold or goblin for 24 hours. That could be fun. Make that choice for a nat 1. You can. I love Sword too. All right, so we got 1 for 3, 1 for 2. Anybody else got any choices while I pick our advent card? Your favorite relationship is 2 really close friends? I mean, that's a good relationship to want to have. It's good to have really close friends. Now that Doctor Who is on Disney Plus, we have to worry about seeing the TARDIS in Kingdom Hearts. BB still owns it, I'm pretty sure. So I don't think that'll happen. Wait, why is that a worry? Do you not like Doctor Who? Or is there another reason? Because I may or may not agree with you. I'm pretty sure the BBC still owns it, so I don't think Toko's interpretation is there, but that is the official story. So that is their official relationship. I like them as close friends too. Yeah, totally fine. Yeah. So I don't think the TARDIS will show up in Kingdom Hearts. I like Doctor Who, but the lore specifically states magic doesn't exist. I mean, That's true, but you also have to remember everything that happens in Kingdom Hearts is essentially fan fiction for all the other Disney stuff. So whatever happens, even if they did have it there, it would be weird. You know what I don't want that a lot of people want? They want Star Wars in there, and I do not want Star Wars in Kingdom Hearts. It would feel clunky, and I don't know, I just wouldn't like it. Like, it would work. You know, you can tell it's heavily based off of Star Wars. I have this feeling that it would just feel like, oh, we're just going to Star Wars because it's Star Wars. And that's it. Like, there'd be nothing interesting to do there. It would just be replay A New Hope or replay the Clone Wars. Kingdom Hearts ruined Tron. Never watched it, so I don't care. Sora, Keyblade wielder, and Force user. Yeah, you already see what I'm talking about. You and me, Valley Shion, you and me, we're on the same mind path there. Anyway, so looks like nobody voted. So we're gonna roll another. Okay, we got a 4. So no written language here. So where does this one look under? This could actually go by way faster, but I'm enjoying chatting with chat. Gotta tuck them so it gets a little hard. Now the last one is in Advent, so something that happens. It is either recent construction has unearthed a secret, a body, a vault, tunnel, something like that. Or refugees are setting up camp despite challenges. So low resources, dangerous terrain, hostile locals. What do we want to go with? 1, 2. We got 1. Tron 2 was one of my favorite levels, and the one from Triple D exists. We got 2 votes for 1. I'm gonna see if we get a tie. If not, 1, we've already had enough topical stuff. I like your reasoning, Yuki. You're always like, please keep the streams light. All right, so here's some instruction. So this is our thing, and I'm gonna shrink this. Actually, I'm gonna put this here just so we can see it, and it's blocking as little as possible. Okay, I need to move these box has. And we'll put these beaks. Madiks. Wait, what's free? We already had enough. Force push wouldn't even be a good magic spell. Positioning Kingdom Hearts doesn't matter as much as damage. True. You need to make it free and on a cooldown or something. Yeah, it would be really weird. They probably wouldn't give him force powers, though, to be honest. They'd probably just give him like a lightsaber keychain at the end of the level. I just in general can't imagine them putting Star Wars in and it coming out like the way I like. Okay, so we have... Let's open... I don't know how to get rid of these things. I forgot how. This is from a previous thing, and then I added it. So if somebody knows how to in Excel get rid of these margins, but let's just add in things that we have. So this is a city. It's a statue. What did we say? Did we say of outcasts? I think we said of outcasts. Of outcasts. No written language. Site of a famous protest. And recent construction has unearthed. And we'll just leave it like that. Actually, I take it back. Donald is a terrible choice to be a Jedi. Wait, what? Personally, if they did it, and a big if, I would personally want Sora to be a rogue. Maybe make Donald the Jedi. A rogue? What do you mean by a rogue? Get rid of which margins? Now, just like, how do I set these back to default? You see this part here? I'm gonna put that there so I remember that's there. I'm fine with something because I want Sora to fight Emperor Palpatine. Actually, I take it back. Donald's a terrible choice to be a Jedi. Maybe make Goofy the Jedi. A rogue. Oh, you mean a smuggler? A smuggler. They're the official name of what they are in Star Wars is smugglers. What he is, I should say, because that's what his job was. He was smuggling stuff. I don't really want him to fight Palpatine. The last time they had a fight with Palpatine in Star Wars, it was terrible. I feel like Sora would be a pilot like Luke. I mean, I guess he technically does pilot the gummy ship. The way they make it seem is like he doesn't really pilot it, like it's all autopilot. I'm not sure. Maybe try the fill button. Okay, that gets rid of the color. That doesn't get rid of the borders, though. All right, anyway, so we have a city, a statue of outcast, no written language, site of a famous protest, recent construction has unearthed something. Thor versus 4 lightsabers, I mean, keyblades, Trudge. All right. So what we've got here, let's see. Did we do the name? What was the name? Under font size? This one here? I'm confused. No, that's functions. ET Atari copies. True. Okay, so let's name this. What just happened? Oh, cheese and crackers. There we go. All right, look like an earlier Excel version. Yeah, this is the online Excel. So Google online Excel if you can. If you can figure it out, it's fine. If not, it's fine. All right, so let's say Outcasts statue. Outcast statue or the City of Outcasts. Or City of Statues, I mean. No one can write. This one will leave blank. So I'll just write blank so I don't forget. Site of a famous protest. Let's see. What do we want to say happened in our world that people were protesting at one point? The button to the left of Phil. I see. Okay. We'll just do this for now. That's better. That's fine. Protesting their leaders drinking too much tea. Not enough tea leaves for everyone else. Okay. Okay. Roll 3d10. Multiply them. That's how many protesters. Well, we're not saying how many protesters. This is just a protest that happened. Okay. No. 3 is not the end of Sora's story. They look it up. Tetsumi Nomura confirmed it, especially in the trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4. 3 is not the end of Sora's story. It's the end of the Xehanort saga. So it's the end of Xehanort's story. The lack of statues being built. Multitasking. It's all good. So here's the idea I have. All right. In my world, the world I have in my universe, many years ago, 500 years back, the dragons all disappeared. Or not the dragon. Many dragons disappeared. Very few are seen now. And the dragon riders who used to ride the dragons also disappeared. Nobody knows what happened to them. And they kept peace throughout the land, and things started going downhill. So one of the things that countries started doing is they started capturing and enslaving any group of species that looks like dragons. So the dragonborns, the lizard folk, kobolds, things like that have been enslaved. So we're going to say protested the legalization of enslaving dragon-like creatures. And I'm actually gonna just because it's long and it bugs my brain. Discord's mom's basement. True. Also, there's still a lot of mystery and stuff I want to see revealed, especially like the stuff they revealed in 3 and Remind. Didn't play Remind, so I don't know anything about that stuff. I don't remember any of the mystery stuff in 3. There's very few stuff in 3A that I remember being like, oh, that wasn't answered. Let's say unearthed the tomb of a dragon rider and dragons. Corpse. There was quite a few. Yeah, can you name them though? Oh, only in 3. The only thing I remember from 3 was that was never answered. Was that the box everyone wanted? Yeah, that's been around since before 3 though. That's been around since like Unchained Key. I don't like Unchained Key. Unchained Key made the story even more convoluted than it needed to be. I feel like making a game franchise around unraveling one mystery at the end only for 3 more to pop up is a bad idea. I agree. I'm not a fan of it. It makes it feel like there's no real ending to the series that had the book. Would you rather have a shell like a turtle or the speed of a cheetah? I don't know which one I'd rather have. I want to say speed of a cheetah. Because shell of a turtle sounds like it would be really heavy. All right, so what do you think of this world? So which name do we want to go with? Outcast Statue or City of Statues? And then the City of Statues has outcasts. I think I like the Outcast Statue. Because now here's my idea. All right. A city built inside a giant statue. I want to go fast and impress all the girls like in elementary school. Gotta go fast. Speed of a turtle. Hold up. That is not the question that was asked. Was that from the DLC in 3? Because I never played the DLC. I also never played the DLC. They should do it at the end of the base game. What do you mean at the end of the base game? Honestly, Nomura's good at setup, but he's really bad at endings. This statue was of a god from a dead religion. Is believed. Nobody knows what the statue is or why it's there. How's that? Let's see. city where... Oops. Dragon likes
Someone has
go to hide from the Empire. I was just gonna say Empire for now. We might change that. Because of the nature of draconic, of these multi species, they have created spoken thanks for following Mr. Paul Beast, welcome. I've arrived. May your TPKs be none of your and your bitches be many. Well, here's the first joke. I'm a living TPK already. This milk tea is not doing it for me. Does not taste that good. Got a weird aftertaste. Is it where I got that box Maleficent was looking for? But all I remember from the start ending was them welcoming Maleficent to the group. They did not welcome her. It was Lucy Zigbar. Lucy? You mean Lushu, not Lucy. Lushu, Luxu, Lushu, talking to 4 of the lost members while Maleficent and Pete were looking at them in the distance. Yeah, they were just watching them. I'm not arguing. I'm saying I don't remember all the lore. Yeah, I'm just reminding you. Oh, what is there to catch? What is there to catch? Oh, Scyther. That explains why everybody wants to catch it. Well, I realize I don't have it on the screen. I should really add it to the screen. So what do we think of this world we've created, chat? Here, let me there we go. So it's a city built inside a giant statue. The statue is believed to be of a god from a dead religion. It's a city where dragon-likes go to hide from the Empire. We're gonna put that in quotes. I probably said Empire because I was thinking of Star Wars. And then I'll say dragon-likes, kobold, lizard men, dragonborn. If it's spelled with an E or not. Because of the nature of these multiple species, they have created a new spoken language, and they unearthed the tomb of dragon riders. So what do we want to name this city? The Outcast Statue or City of Statues? Or the Statued City? We'll also write because it is a religious, believed to be connected to a god. The Empire does not check it for escapees because they do one. Vice versa, the refugees here think that the god, in quotes, because it's not actually, we're going to say it's not actually a god. I'm going to say it's an, I'll tell you what my idea of what it actually is once I write this down. Vice versa, the refugees here think that the god favors them and is protecting them. What the statue actually is a giant, what would be a word for, another word for like a robot or a mech? Maybe not a mech, but like, I'll just say device created to stop a certain threat. Created it was made by the dragon rider whose, how do I spell tomb again? My brain is blinking. Whose tomb is underneath. Opening the tomb starts activating the internal defenses and which are going wild. How's this sound, chat? All right. So I'm going to call it. Let's see. It has two names. Dragons. Okay, I don't know. How do I fix this? Why is this in white? What a Times New Roman, where is that? I don't know why this is so small. God. There we go. Dragons, hideout? Or... the Drake's hideout / statue of the gods. Statue of the old god. So this is what the Empire. We'll come up with a name for the Empire later. This is what they think of it as. This is what the citizens inside call it. The Drake's hideout. If we can think of a better name, tell me. I'm down for whatever. Automaton? Oh, there we go. That's the word. Automaton. And then let's change the name to Drake's. Let's see. Okay, Scyther isn't caught. Yes, I caught it. Congratulations also, Mr. Paul Beast and Yuki for catching. Not once have I argued, I'm just saying. That is, I remember. Outcast statue gets my vote. Okay, one for Outcast statue. What about instead of random dragon riders, it's the tomb of the first dragon rider? Ooh. Oh, I deleted. I gotta. Tomaton created by the first dragon rider. And to stop an ancient threat. Underneath is the riders and dragon tomb. All right, so we've got let's see, what's another name that who voted? Outcast statue. Outcasts. So let's do a vote. Let's do a poll. Oops, I just did ad. So it's okay. It's a 1 minute ad. Outcast. Outcast statue. City of statues. City of. The statued city. Let's see. What did everybody say? Alpha stole my word. Wait, who has an E, my dude? Oh, how about Dragon's Song? Okay, I'll put Dragon's Song on here. Dragon's Song. Get to stop murder hoes, make them regret it. Near the end of the campaign, make their souls of every innocent creature they killed haunt them. Now every time they roll, there's a chance that they can have disadvantage because they're so scared. Interesting. That's one way of doing it. I just have them get arrested by the town guard. That's my way of doing it. I'm gonna make a poem. You can work on the tune. BRB discard. Dragon's Song, because when the wind blows through the statue, it sounds like a dragon trilling. Interesting. Well, we'll put that in the poll. Good. More info, please. It's let's blank those and then we'll and never mind. How do you delete one of them? How do you delete a cell? There we go. There we go. So there's a vote if you want to make it. Honestly, this milk tea is not doing it for me at all. It's actually making me kind of sick, which is a waste of money. I'm not happy about that. The popcorn chicken is fine though. All right, we're gonna BRB. We'll be back. Because I want to dump this because it's really bugging me and I need something to drink. I'll be back after the poll. And we're back, chat. Okay, so what did the poll say? Oops, I almost deleted it. View results. Looks like we've got 4 votes for Dragon's Song and 2 for Outcast Statue. So it looks like we're going for Dragon's Song. Sorry, Yuki, you've been outvoted. All right. And then we'll just add some of those other things people said. When the wind blows, the sound it makes is similar to that of a dragon trilling. I like that idea. Followed purely because I like the be right back screen. Plague Doctor Man, I thank you for that, because I'm gonna show you something really cool. I just got this made online. I have a mouse pad of my Be Right Back screen. Plus my logo's over here. That's how much I love my Be Right Back screen. I actually have other art like my... That's amazing. I don't sell it, unfortunately, because I don't have the business infrastructure to do that yet, but I love democracy. So have you ever played Dungeons and Dragons or made your own world? So what we're doing is we're creating a world with chat slowly, one creation at a time. I'm a D&D player, yes. It's virtually all I do. It's all I do at this point. Hey, whatever you do is whatever you do. So we've created our first... Not our first. We actually did this before, but... I'm putting away the cards we used in the box. That way we don't use them again. I think it goes in this order. I like to put them back in the correct order that we use them. Let's see, it's... Region, landmark, namesake, I got that right. Origin, then attribute. I also have played a bit of Dungeons and Dragons. I'm currently furiously looking for the stat sheet of a bus. For some reason, D&D doesn't have an official bus stat sheet. Because buses don't exist in D&D. That's why it doesn't have an official one. Remember, D&D is supposed to be fantasy. Buses are very modern / sci-fi. What is the automaton for again? So the automaton is, let me just, here we go. Put this up here. Actually, I'll put it on the top left corner. Or maybe we'll just, where is it? We'll just turn this off for now. Let's actually have it full screen. And then we just turn off. So what we're saying is that the that they're inside the statue and they think it's just a statue of like an old god, and one side doesn't do anything with it because they're worried about angering a god. The other side is living inside it and believes that the reason they're allowed to live in here is because some god, we can come up with a god if we want, favors them and is protecting them. In reality, they're both wrong, and it's just an automaton. It was created by the first dragon rider to stop some sort of ancient threat. We're not going to expand on that ancient threat because it probably won't come up in the story anytime soon. But we can think of something. And oh, I'm gonna go say bye to Claire real quick. So and then opening the tomb starts activating the inner defenses, and they're going wild and killing citizens inside. Do we want to say killing or capturing? Akusha, the name of the god of machinery. Is that a god? Okay, so we're saying that this is a statue. And they believe it's a statue of the god of machinery. So how's everyone doing? I'm doing good. Interesting. Well, I was thinking the automaton wouldn't look like a machine. It would just look like a statue. Plus, there wouldn't be machinery in my world because this is more fantasy. So think more like Greek, Egyptian, Norse gods. So probably more likely the god of the forge or something, capturing, killing for what? Do we want to are we thinking more that the here, I'll zoom it in. That the opening the tomb, the inner defenses are killing citizens randomly or capturing citizens? And people are just going missing. He's trying to keep those people subjugated, then capturing makes sense as its automaton seems like it is trying to control them. Well, I was thinking like capturing them to use them as a fuel source. I just made it up. Okay. Then I will go with the name. I don't know if I want to say of machinery, because again, there aren't machines in my world. So they wouldn't really have machinery. I know an automaton is technically a machine, but I'm thinking more like the Greek automaton, you know? Let's see. Where would we? God. Usha. God of. I actually have some gods that I'm coming up with in my world. So it could be one of those 7. Maybe we'll change it in between stories then. I'm in my head writing a cover letter. And so one for capturing.
Here we.
So I think it's a statue or mordant. We're up at the end of our hour. So this is our first time we're made. Whatever we finish up on this is our only thing we're making. And then we'll move over to something else. I don't know what I want to do. Jackbox or maybe Mass Effect. Room for imagination to go wild is always good. God of Constructs, okay. I don't know what Morden is, so. Don't apologize for having creative ideas, by the way. Throw things out there. So long as it's not weird or creepy or disgusting, throw it out there. I'm gonna head out. Going to focus on my writing. Do that. Enjoy it. It's always good to focus on the writing. Always improve the talents you have. Okay, so for now we have, let's see. God of, and then I'll put in parentheses. Can you not do that? Thank you. Constructs. Let's say the forge. I don't want to do any gods of specific races because that sounds really limiting, and then you also have to make one for every sentient race, and I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to, I mean, I kind of do, but I also don't, because it just makes it too hard to come up with stuff. I'm talking like actual creepy real life stuff. Like anything you'd see in a D&D horror story. And I don't mean a horror story that you play Dungeons and Dragons. I mean a horror story about playing Dungeons and Dragons. Damn, no weirdness. There goes my suggestion for Cthulhu and Thigh High's playing the tuba. That one's not... See, that... You can guess what I mean when I say weird. That one's funny weird. I wouldn't put that in because it's too ridiculous. But it's funny. But that is a good example of, like, going a little too far. Posture check. Okay. Listen here. Stop trying to make me sit the right way. I hate you. I hate you. I want to be a banana, okay? I will become banana. Even though I don't like bananas that much. I don't know why I said that. So we have constructs to forge, protection, craftsmanship. Actually, I like that. You know what? I'm going to add all that in. Constructs, forge, protection. I'm going to move the forge to the end. Because then the last word is the forge. I almost said forgery, but that sounds... Okay, so this is... I like this. So we've got Dragon Song, or known as the Statue of the Old God, right? Built inside a giant statue. It's believed that it... some people believe it is the god Akusha, god of constructs, protection, craftsmanship, and the forge. A city where dragon-likes go to hide from the Empire. Do we want to come up with a name for the Empire? And we'll do that real quick as an extra thing. Here, I'll write it here. I'm just gonna write a random one, Burba Shuma. Just gonna write Burba Shuma, and then you guys give me actual name suggestions. Sometimes it's hard to type with my this camera right here. Oh, you can't see it anymore, but the camera that points down is my phone. Actually, I can just move this down for now because I'm not showing you. Okay, so got a Husha. They hide from Burba Shuma. Just gonna say that. Dragon likes to mean like kobold, doesn't mean dragonborn. Anything that is like a dragon. It is believed to be connected to, because it is believed to be connected to a god. The Empire does not check for escapees because they don't want to anger Akusha. Because it is believed to be connected to Akusha. The Empire does not check for escapees because they do not want to anger Akusha. Vice versa, the refugees here think that Akusha favors them and is protecting them. Because there are so many different species here, they have created their own unspoken language, their own spoken language with no written word to it. So what do we want to name the language? I'm gonna call it, just as a placeholder, statuese. Statuese. We'll come up with a better name later. There used to be there was a protest against the legalization of enslaving dragon-like creatures. However, it attracted too much attention from the Empire. And how many citizens do we want to say died? How are we going to come up with how many citizens died? And killed slash got XXX. Citizens killed. Recently, some underground has unearthed the tomb of the first dragon rider and his dragon's corpse. The statue is actually an automaton created by the first dragon rider to stop an ancient threat. Underneath is the rider. Opening the tomb has activated the inner defenses, which are going wild and killing to the other city. They think just disappear. This is causing the citizens to think they have angered Akusha, and he is taking them away. There we go. This way, we had this. The reason I wrote this part, so open tomb is activated and no one sees them taken, they just disappear. And the reason why I wanted to add this causes citizens to think that they've angered Akushas. Now, not only do we have like some unliving threat of like whatever creatures we have that the automaton is creating to attack the players and the citizens. Now we can also add an occult, like some sort of like the religious leaders of Akusha that live inside the statue or the automaton can be like, you must not go in there. You are sinners. You are not pure. And then we can have actual people fighting against them, stopping them from saving other people. And that gives us some political intrigue as well. Let's see. Sounds like Hephaestus, Akusha. I mean, similar. I don't think Hephaestus is a god of protection, though, in Greek mythology. All my Dunes use stuff is Eldritch and all that jazz. Oh, okay. Because me and my party are really into that, but I try not to talk about Eldritch stuff a lot because I know it doesn't fit with that, with a lot of D&D worlds. Why don't you guys play Call of Cthulhu then? Call of Cthulhu, from what I know, is like legit straight Eldritch horror. That's like the whole point of the game. I mean, you're not a magic warrior who's killing them. You're just a normal person who may or may not survive. It's a little bit harder and darker, but it's straight Eldritch lore. In D&D lore, Torbriand was the wizard who created automatons, which run on magic. Let's face it, he wouldn't be the first spellcaster to ascend to godhood. Lol. I mean, I know there was one spellcaster who tried to ascend in D&D lore, Forgotten Realms lore. I forget his name. But there was this... I'm going to go on a quick tangent because I find this story interesting. There was one guy who was like a genius wizard when... I forget which nation it was, but there was like a nation that was super obsessed with magic, and everybody, if you wanted to become a high-class mage, you had to prove yourself by creating your own floating city. And if you did, you got to rule the city. And wizards were so intelligent back then, they knew how to like expand their lifespan by like hundreds of years. And eventually their use of magic got so bad that this interdimensional species that ate magic was coming up, and it was like destroying their nation because their nation revolved around using magic, and this species revolved around eating magic. And so he created the first 13th level spell where the spell was going to let him ascend to godhood. and he was going to send a godhood to stop the monsters. And in his brain, because magic was so important, he's like, I should become the next god of magic. Well, to do that, it actually doesn't just turn you into god. It has to kill whichever god you're trying to become. So it killed Mistra, and in killing Mistra, it turned off all magic instantaneously across the world. And then in that moment, he realized, shit, I fucked up. And then immediately died because he killed the god of magic and then became the next god of magic for like a second. But then Mistra reincarnated into a new Mistra and punished him. And so then she immediately was like, okay, no mortals are allowed to cast spells above level 9. That's why in game, you can only cast up to level 9 spells. What's the Empire's role? Currently, we'll say they are trying to conquer the world, just as every empire does. Sutsupe, god of integrity. The empire could be called Concord. Ooh, that's a good name. I like that one. Plague Doctor Man. 8 what? What are we talking about, Adelbos? Language could just call the tongue. Cult's progress. Okay, let's go with the tongue for the language. I like that one. Where was that? There's something called the tongue. I like that because then you can have lizard men who are not very culturally intelligent. They're very logically intelligent, and kobolds who are kind of a little bit of both. They're very intelligent in the way like they make traps, but they're also kind of still like a tribal race, and they really like treasure. And then dragonborn who are like very serious. You could have it just be like, we just call it the tongue. And then you could have them come in like, and you could have like anybody who speaks Draconic and be like, do I understand him? No, you don't understand. Come. It's like you're hearing like every third word, but it sounds like a weird word. And then you start speaking Dragonborn, and then one of them speaks actual Dragonborn. It's like, you speak the old tongue. I see. We speak the tongue here. You may need a translator, or someone can teach you the language. And then you can either have your players learn the language slowly as the story goes on. You could just give them a Deus Ex Machina, like they shove something in their brain, they just learn a language, they drink some sort of juice or whatever, a la, what's it called? Quantum Mania? Whatever. Something like that. Ingenuity, not integrity. Listen here, I cannot read. And what did we say we call it Concord? I like that, Concord. Concord. The country of country of conquest. I like that one. That's good. 8 citizens were killed, but more seriously, why does the Empire believe it should rule the world? Might makes right, abolish all evil, unification of all species. I would say their leader, who we will not name now, believes all species. Maybe unification. I'm either thinking unification of all species or desire to rule, like desire for power. You should rule everyone / unify the races under one banner. I like the unify under races under one banner. He believes he must unify the races under one banner. We actually did more than we said we would, chat, so that's good. Think about the name. Version Alpha mentioned it. Hephaestus. It's Hephaestus backwards. It took me a minute. That last one wouldn't fly. They'd want to enslave the Dragonors. That's true. Unify the races under one banner. To do so, they must control the power of the ancient dragons, and they believe they are secretly trying to harness that power through the dragon likes. That can help in naming them, since empires often have names related to their purpose. Concord. That's true. Like the Roman Empire and the Holy Roman Empire. All right, so this is our town. If you like it, chat, steal it, go right ahead. I will not be mad. If you you can modify it, move things around, rename things if you like. This is our first town we've created, and in creating this town, we created an empire. And we even created a fake god. So go us. As an example, Concord would be the capital of the first of the righteous empire. Hey. First of. I'm just gonna write that down because that was really cool, and you might not be here next time. Not sure if I'm gonna do this every. I did not spell righteous at all. There we go. I don't know if I want to do this every Friday, but I did like it. This was a lot of fun, chat. So that's our first hour up. We're now gonna go on break. I will do a poll because we're already 2 hours in. Holy squawkamole! And see. Not letting me end the poll. Huh. Let's reload the Paj. There we go. Let's see what. Jackbox. Mash effect. Or do I have another game I want to play on stream? I guess I'll put. Oh, wait. We'll also put Valorant. Just cuz. Is there anything else? Maybe. Maybe we'll try V Rising if people want. It's some sort of vampire game. But we're going to go on a 5-minute break here, chat. 5-minute break. Oh, Fist of the Righteous Empire. That's even better. And I will go fix that now while we go on break. We could come up with a better name. And that might not even stay as the name as the main city. No offense to you, but I might use that for someone else, like a general or like the leader, you know? Anyways, let's go on break. We'll be back after these breakages. chat. We are back. We are back, chat. And I just read what was it? Who wrote it again? It was Mr. Paul Beast. Or I like your profile picture on Discord, by the way. What a cute kitty. Yeah, it is a cute kitty. I'll show you some cute kitties in a sec. I can show you some cute kitties later if you remind me on the Discord. I'll post pics of my cats. So let's read that poem before we continue, because I think it's a really good poem. It is a poem of the city, the dragon song. A promise kept, an oath done wrong, a city of secrets, the dragon's song. A threat through space, a needle sewn through, a dragon's roar as the winds blew. In the dragon's statue, a secret lies within, a wrong assumption, a god's demise. In this town of mystery, metal guardians lie within, a town full of deceit, a town full of sin. That one, that was pretty good. I liked it. Thank you very much for writing that. The only thing that bugs my brain, is that 3 out of 4 of the stanzas, 3 out of 4 of the stanzas rhyme, and then the third one doesn't. All right, we're gonna go to the PC screen. It looks like everybody wants to play Mass Effect. I just realized I still have... I've had DaVinci Resolve open this whole time. Omega Roll. All right, so we're continuing our Mass Effect story chat. Real quick before we continue, I find it really funny that you put Dragon's Roar in there, because one of my songs, my ending song, is called Dragon's Roar. If you can hear that, I don't know if you can hear it well. Yeah, that song, which I do own, it's called Dragon's Roar. I didn't write it. I paid someone to write it. Okay, it's not loading on my vertical setup. That's fine. I don't want to end stream and start again. Although I am going to end the recording